Good morning. This is day 2 of our road trip, and we've escaped the lockdown, and we have now driven across the state line just 25 minutes from Spokane, and we entered Coeur d'Alene.
This is a little resort town, and so far we're really impressed just by driving through it. It looks a lot more built up compared to Walla Walla and Lake Chelan and some of the other places in Washington that we tend to go to a lot.
And the big nice thing about right now is that right over the state line is still restrictions and whatnot, but here everything looks completely open. The first order of business is coffee, and there's one right here, and we're gonna try to just walk into a coffee shop like normal life. Vault Coffee in downtown Coeur d'Alene. May 16th they've already opened, and there we go. Life goes on. Since their birthday is a day apart and normally falls on a holiday, it's a very long celebration, and we can justify spending money and treating ourselves for a while.
First caffeine hit of the day is delicious. These are so good. I was reading some of the reviews that they had posted, and people were saying that they drive all the way from Seattle to get coffee here. And I'm like, I wouldn't go that far, but it's really, really good.
Well, I just drove all the way from Seattle to get a haircut. We'll see if any salon is open on a Sunday though.
Oh.
So this here is right next to Lake Coeur d'Alene, and this is the main attraction in this town. Very huge with water sports. Yeah, Coeur d'Alene is quite an established tourist place, and we come here every several years, I guess. But we should come more, I think.
We should come more often, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now that we know about Spokane. Spokane as well. Like, I like Spokane.
Yeah, and tomorrow we're exploring a national park near Spokane, so should be all good. Here's the little waterfall. And the promenade near the... I think this is the original first hotel they built here. It just feels amazing to get out of the quarantine and go into a coffee shop and then come out here and stroll with your coffee.
Yeah, it's a great combination of just feeling normal with service again and being able to support small businesses, because I do miss that part of it actually. And the interaction with people, and yeah, just having this nature nearby, this already has been well worth our trip.
I normally am pretty skeptical about spending money, and now I'm like, yeah, here's a big tip, here's more business.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, and I'm hoping that's the case all around, especially in service, because yeah, these people are going back to work and they have all the restrictions on them, honestly.
That's right.
It's not really on customers necessarily, but that's up to the business. Sometimes they're going to ask you to wear a mask, but that hasn't happened in Spokane or Coeur d'Alene so far.
Here the flags are flying of the USA and of Idaho, and I think of Coeur d'Alene itself, but they're flying half-mast because it's Memorial Day weekend. And by the way, as soon as you get out of Seattle area and into Spokane, Idaho, they care a lot more about these holidays and any occasion to be patriotic, truly. We came here on the 4th of July and there was a huge parade, and the mayor came down on a Harley Davidson.
And we stayed with this sweet old lady. I wonder if she's still there, but we Airbnb'd with her, and she was like this amazing lady who was like, she was running marathons, and she was probably in her 60s, 70s.
No, 80s.
80s?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. But yeah, she was impressive, and she had this hot tub like in her garage and like a map, and she said she would like be in her hot tub and look at the map and be like, where should I go next in the world?
Yeah, and she also had the trophy that she hit a hole-in-one in the golf course here, and we asked her what she's doing next, and she said she's going island hopping in the Caribbean on sailboats.
Yeah, she was an inspiration. I mean,
we just enjoyed our coffee on the sunny beach, and now we're looking for a diner to have breakfast like normal people. Bagels, waffles, paninis. I'm kind of sold, I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm down.
And it's open, yeah, go for it.
Hi, can I do the avocado cucumber bagel?
Look at this amazing looking bagel.
This is like the best looking tomato bagel I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, they baked their own bagels. They even have their little baking corner over there.
So what did you get now? You got
smoked salmon.
Nice, good choice.
Yours looks super nice though.
Well, we enjoyed our breakfast and it was amazing. It tasted really great. That was some of the best bagels I think I've ever had, that made in-house. And they were so full that we couldn't even finish the whole thing. But we took a walk further down and we came to this little beach area. We see some seaplanes out there, in fact. All right, let's do the water test.
Yes, cold, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's still pretty chilly out right now, but I bet summers here would feel amazing.
The lake is crystal clear as usual in the northwest.
Oh yeah, it's chilly. Yep, it's cold. That would...
It's cold.
That would be tough right now. Yeah, I like it here. This is one of the best, most built-up resort towns that I've seen in Washington. It's not Washington, I know, so outside of Washington, but very close, because when you cross that border into Idaho, you barely even know that you're going into another state. So it feels like it's still part of Washington.
Well, in fact, Spokane is the big city, and the metro of Spokane stretches into Idaho here in Coeur d'Alene. So when they count the statistical area, they count this whole place, and it reaches 800,000 people. It's actually not a small town at all. It could easily be called a medium city. And it has everything you would need. It has an airport too, so you're not stuck, you're not in the middle of nowhere. It's actually a metropolis.
This feels so great. And even though it's not crowded, I like that it's not too crowded, but it's starting to wake up. You see people kind of walking towards town. So it's just people. I haven't been this close to people in a long time. It feels good.
It's looking like a crew. 6 kayaks, 7 kayaks, awesome. Doesn't kayaking sound amazing right now?
Doesn't it? Doesn't it sound really nice to own a kayak?
Yeah, we're gonna buy them.
In the Northwest?
We're gonna buy them. We just have been holding off because of the logistics, but I think I have the solution.
And the van life / RV life crew.
Sort of.
But we have a twist, exactly. We have a
Sort
twist.
of.
But we're not going to tell you right now. So you're going to have to keep following our channel to figure out what we mean.
So this is the cool thing about Coeur d'Alene. You have a hotel right on the lake, you have downtown right on the lake, and then beaches right in downtown all around here. And it's really well done with the infrastructure for the tourism. In fact, here you have a water plane takeoff.
Yeah, so you've got scenic flights by seaplane. I'm not sure if they come from other places because we have seaplanes in Washington, seaplanes in Vancouver. So sometimes you can get to other places. I don't know if they fly here specifically. There's also daily cruises, there's parasailing, there's kayaking, you can bring your own boat. Like there's so much you can do on this lake. It's pretty impressive.
One thing people may not know is that Idaho has among the best preserved wilderness where the only access is by seaplane, and it's not far from here. So if you want it untouched, totally untouched by humans, wilderness, it's near here. The double kayak is 25 for 2 hours.
Oh, well, I was looking at the cruise prices here too, and they're not too bad either.
Oh man. So these little booths are servicing.
Yeah, and they're not bad.
No.
Like we were just talking about this over at breakfast, how Seattle feels way more expensive than a resort town, which is kind of messed up, but I mean I guess it makes sense. Cities are becoming that way where they're as expensive, if not more so, than going to a resort town.
More daily scenic public cruises. Oh, this one is famous. There's a part of the golf course in Coeur d'Alene which is one of the holes is here in the middle of the lake.
So yeah, they're saying this is the only way to see the world famous floating green, which must be that one.
Yeah, very cool mural here in Coeur d'Alene downtown, depicting classic scenes from Idaho, including Susie sleeping over there until noon like she likes to do. There are wild horses in Idaho, you can go and find them. And they are indeed very muscular like that. They're not like a horse that just sits around all day.
Oh, wild horses. Wild, if anything, is a lot leaner and scarier.
Free-range horses.
Than, yeah. Even chicken. I remember having free-range chicken in Belize, and you bite into it, and you're like, this thing is tough. It's like, yeah, this thing was running around its entire life.
That's right. So there we go.
A salmon going up
the waterfall. And a heron or a crane. What tree is that though? I really want to know. This tree that's flat at the bottom. It must be from Idaho, so I want to find that tree. Oh my god, it might be happening.
It says book by appointment. Let's see if they'll make an exception here.
Go be noisy. Okay, we've been looking for a hair salon that's open on a Sunday on a holiday weekend, and we see people doing it, so let's see. Hi.
How's it going, man?
Good. Are you guys taking walk-ins?
Not at the moment, no. Whoa, no. I got one at 3. Yeah.
3 o'clock. Can I book it and come back?
Sure. No, you have to stay here until.
That's a
What's
bit.
your name?
Martin.
Smart?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll put you up. You're good. Just come back at 3.
3 p.m. back. Okay, thank you. It might be happening at 3 p.m. today. The demand is high.
Yes. Through the Farragut Park for some kind of name that we're struggling to really remember, and at the end of it you actually come to a Navy reserve on the side of the lake here, but there's also some private development, including this really great RV park, and it's empty right now, but just look at the sights that you could get, and you're right next to the water. This is great if you're traveling with a boat, or if you want to do some kayaking or boating. You can have your RV like right here and just go out to the water. And so that's part of what influenced this trip, was, at least for me, was watching a lot of RVers and realizing that a lot of people live in their RVs full time. So RV parks have had to, or they've been heavily incentivized to open up to cater to those people. And a lot of RV parks also have campsites and cabins, and so we've been taking advantage of that the past couple of weekends to go to RV parks and to stay overnight and just take advantage of it, because they've been reopening a lot faster than our state campgrounds, which are saying that they're not going to open till the end of July, which is kind of crazy because it's still May right now.
This is Bayview, Idaho, and apparently it's famous for floating homes, and there are marinas here right on the lake, and even floating restaurants, so let's check it out. This, however, is far into the land. Oh, it's closed. So you have to have passes to access a lot of these docks, because they're actually used for a bunch of things. Had we just not eaten, this could have been a good place to stop. Yeah, here we say patrons only, but the docks keep going into the lake and there are floating properties on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
And a floating restaurant to serve them.
Another thing that's worth mentioning, and I don't know if it's exclusive to the Northwest, but you have so many different lifestyles that you can have. You can live on a boat, you can live in an RV, you can live in a condo, you can live in a house, you can live in your car. I mean, you can do basically whatever you want.
And in Seattle, you can live on the sidewalk. But yeah, here's now a dock which is open to show you what this is like. It's got all the boating infrastructure that you would need. Floating plane over there. So seaplanes land here, obviously. Sandpoint, Idaho, very close to the Canadian border. And what's really interesting is that there's a yellow-white sand beach next to mountains with snow on them.
It is called City Beach, I think. And I didn't think it was actually going to be a beach, but it really is. Like, the sand looks legit.
Yeah. Here we go. We're officially on the beach. What a nice beach it is, too.
There's an Amtrak station like right around the corner, and even a Best Western hotel. There are RVs parked here, there are sailboats, so you can do a lot here.
Yeah, this is in fact a well-built resort, because there's a ski resort up the mountains, I think, in this side. And the truth is there are mountains in every side, so it's winter and summer tourism here.
Let's do the water test. That's still pretty cold. Yeah, that would not be very fun. It'd be fun for a quick dip. That's about it.
On the beach in Idaho.
Who would have thought?
It is a landlocked state, but sand beach and a pirate ship and the Statue of Liberty and snow-laced mountains in the back in Idaho. Idaho is wide open and this burger joint is flourishing over here. And over there people biking and the big beach is here and snow mountains in the back. It's just so great here in Sandpoint, Idaho. Totally was the winning move to come here away from the big city. Got my hair cut finally after months and months. So I normally wait a while and then the lockdown happened, so it's been like 6 months or something. Unbearable neck hair. And finally I found a barber in Idaho to cut my hair, and he did it well. I think he did fades plus a mohawk. It's nice.
So our joke is that we came to Idaho just so we could get his hair cut and we could eat in a restaurant and have our coffee and go back to normal.
5 hours one way to get this luxurious experience.
That's right.
It's definitely awesome. Here we have downtown Coeur d'Alene on a holiday weekend.
It looks amazing. It feels like, I don't know, like classic Americana.
Yes.
Revived though, like the modernized version of it.
And,
which
utopic version.
turns out to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is good. This is like a good moment in time. And you have also the fact that it's reopened, the world is back. The good old world is back now.
Then you start thinking about what makes the world normal. So it's like the sights, but it's also the smells. Like you can smell the hamburgers and like the trees and all kinds of stuff. Like the sounds of, you know, people, dogs, nature, all of that together, and how that creates your perspective. Apparently this is the world's longest floating boardwalk.
The things you find when you're walking through Idaho.
Right? I had no idea this was here. Nice breeze. It is a little chilly, but yeah, this looks really cool. I think we will get an awesome view by climbing up these towers.
Here's the little tower, which also serves as the gate to the marina. Nice. We're on top now. Here's the walkway we came on. And here's the marina. Everyone is sheltering their boat here. Well, it continues a long way. The rest of the boardwalk here is cool, isn't it?
It's very cool.
Picnic area here. Not that bad, huh?
It's way better than our pier. It doesn't have anything on it.
Well, isn't it nice that things are open again in the USA? If you look in the right place. Yeah, so here's what it looks like on our table. I got the beer. We have wurst and schnitzel.
It's a lot of potatoes. You had to get Idaho potatoes over here.
And many sauces here, the whole stack. We are having beer and sausage and schnitzel, and it just feels amazing after 3 months of deprivation. And mind you, we were such foodies. Susie works in the industry. We ate out like 20 times a week or something.
It's been really tough not having it, so it's so nice being back and not cooking. I had to cook for the most of my entire life.
And now it's back on if you go to the right places. Hopefully it stays this way. It's a great benefit to be here, you know.
Punk has my camera.
Yes.
Shooting.
Best punk of them all. Yeah, and a hydroelectric dam. So it turns out this whole river has a system of dams that provide all the power here, so it's green.
Yeah.
And all the dams are now boat paradise.
Yeah, and also we're using that Lytra Pro to illuminate ourselves right now. So this is out in the field around blue hour, about right after 8:30, so 8:45-ish.
Yeah, let's see how vlogging like this goes. If we can vlog like this at night-ish, that's quite nice actually.
I do think that, yeah, this is the best light because of its size. It's a little bit bigger, so it should hopefully illuminate both of us.
Yeah.
There are two of us.
Yeah, instead of making one spot really shiny.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's tolerable to look at.
That's true, it's not terrible.
We have that diffuser on top of it, so it's not blinding us.
Yeah. It's probably nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hope so, if you're a Mohawk.
It's shining in the moonlight. Ah, what a nice day. Well,
it was a great day.
We're gonna sleep in our camp, and tomorrow we have another action-packed day planned. So
Day 3.
Yes, day 3.